It's been a while since I posted to this channel. What's up, everyone? Giant Jib of 3 here. I've had a lot of people ask for the BK Rando to have a in-game tracker. This is still a work in progress, and I'll explain what I'm gonna add on to this or remove from this, and what I don't care to actually change. So, if you're in game and you hold the L button, you can now see essentially the pause menu totals, like as soon as you enter. Like, you can still pause menu, by the way, no issues here. But if you hold L, you'll see all of those, and you'll also see the moves you have and haven't learned. I made it so that the intro battles will not teach me dive, will not teach me high jump, and will not teach me talon trot. So just keep this in mind. And then the camera not working there is on purpose. It's a different feature that I have. So ignore that for now. Okay. So, now when I hold L, you will now see dive and high jump are in red, shock jump and talon trot are in yellow, and everything else is in green. Just gonna throw this out there. If you are colorblind, I plan on in the future making it so you can customize the colors of each of the words for what they are. So sorry that right now it is not red green accessible. So I will work on that. But until then, let me explain why some things are in yellow. So if it is in green, you can for sure use it. So like if I press jump and big bust, you can for sure use it. If you if I just try to hold for high jump, right, I cannot do that. That is not a move I know. Shock jump is a special move where it actually does and doesn't require high jump. So if you're just on the pad and you try to use shock jump, it will cancel partway through because you don't have enough height to set up the like the initial part of it, right? However, if you are on an elevated surface and you jump off the jump pad to the lower surface, you will then use shock jump normally. So that's why it's in yellow. Talon trot. If you know Turbo Talon Trot and you hold Z by the time the shoes expire, you will then go into regular Talon Trot. And I don't know how abusable this is, but I do want to like show, you know, that it is possible to get into Talon Trot, that it is accounted for. So, things I plan on implementing for this, maybe having like the text and the outer area like disappear at the same time. It is a little bit ugly, but that's just how it is in game anyway. I do not. Maybe I'll like align the text too, because it is like a little off-putting a little bit. Maybe have them all like right side aligned. I don't know. I'm not a UI designer. And then I will also try to be implementing the colors so that like, you know, colorblind people can use this feature as well. I don't plan on implementing a page where it shows like images. I actually already tried that before. It was aggravating as hell, and it also really lagged the game. So I don't know if that would even work for console players, to be honest. Like, that might just crash the game. But this should work, I guess, for now. And then I think that's it. If you guys have any comments, questions, concerns, I can go ahead and I guess show off the code for what I did. It's a little complicated, and right now I only have it working for if you stand still, and this code is kind of long, but it's a lot of just like, if you know the move, do this. If you don't know the move, do this. So there are a few functions here, and I can even zoom in. Can I zoom in? There we go. A few functions here that just print out your life totals and stuff like that that would happen on the pause menu. And then you have, like, for every move you learn, I'm doing this guy specifically, which I think is in here. So I actually had to change this function a little bit. There are these RAM portions, right, that store your RGBA. And I made it so that argument 3, instead of doing whatever the fuck this was, because I don't even know what that is, it stores the red value, and then argument 4 stores the green value. I don't have anything for the blue value, but that's going to be a future thing where I probably add an argument 5, and then it just goes here. but I'm using PB. I couldn't tell you what P does, but B adds the background. B is what has like normally the white text in the front, the black text in the background. So that's just being called here. I'm having like the text of like dive or whatever here. It goes all the way down. The longest word I think, or the longest phrase or whatever, is Turbo Talon Trot. This move is just incredibly long, so I put it on its own line, as well as Rat-a-tat-rap. You'll notice that the moves on that screen were organized kind of in like a whatever kind of abilities here, so like dive, beak buster, climb, and beak barge. Then separate out into moves. I have claw swipe, roll, and Rat-a-tat-rap. And then I have jumping abilities and like verticality of like high jump, shock jump, feathery flap, flap flip, and then I have more like inventory dependent ones like egg, wonder wing, flight, beak bomb, talon trot, wading boots, which is like still stride, and turbo talon trot. So if you guys have any more questions, let me know. Otherwise, thanks for watching.